Knicks family, what's poppin'? It's your boy, Simeon Russell. Welcome to the Puma Hoops pregame report. Mudiay starting, y'all. Let's talk about it. What's going on, folks? And here we are, game 3 of the preseason. And we get to report today that Mudiay is starting. You know, I honestly expected Mudiay to start at the beginning of I thought Mudiay was going to start at the beginning of the preseason. You know, I thought Fizdale was going to play around with the lineups, see what Mudiay had. But I think right now what he's trying to do with Mudiay is probably give him the chance to start to see if Mudiay is, I don't want to say it. I think he's probably going to give Mudiay a start to see if maybe it just boosts his confidence. See if he plays better as a starter. You get some people who just play better as a starter. Some people play better off the bench or don't mind coming off the bench, or they can play coming off the bench. Some people just play better as a starter, right? For whatever reason, their confidence level is higher. You know, they just feel better. They feel better. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, there's people like that. And maybe Mudiay is one of those guys. And, you know, maybe Fizdale is looking to see if that's what he needs to do to get Mudiay going. You know, I can't call it. I don't know. In my opinion, I don't know if he deserves to start from what we've seen so far in the preseason. I don't know if he deserves to start. But I can understand Fizdale's thinking if that's the way he's going. I can understand the thinking. You know what I mean? It's definitely one that I think a lot of people are going to look and say, wait a minute, what's up with this, Fizz? Right? All this talk about, you know, you eat what you kill and you got to earn it. And, you know, we're going to make you earn the starting lineups and to be a starter and all that kind of stuff. And then now Mudiay starts when he hasn't really proven that he needs to be a starter. But you've got to understand the coaching aspect of it and, you know, how he's likely looking to just see what the lineups can give him. You know what I mean? And how he can maximize the lineups. I'll say it again, and I'll say it all the time. It's just not always about who is starting or starting your best players. A lot of times it's about managing and maximizing your lineups with players that work together. You know, so this means we'll probably see a little bit more of Trey and Frank together. We haven't seen it as much, so we'll probably see a little bit more of Trey and Frank together in that second unit. We'll see how that looks. And what, there's one or two more preseason games after this. One of these times we'll probably see Frank start. You know, and then see what lineups look like when Frank is starting. So, you know, let's be easy. Let's take it. Let's see what Mudiay can do. Maybe Mudiay gets it, and because he's starting, he can handle it, and you know, he flourishes. You know, you remember his first game last year. He flourished when he came in and he started. I think he started his first game as a Knick. And he flourished. I don't exactly remember what he had, something like 14 points and 10 assists or something like that. Who knows? Maybe that's exactly what he needs. Or maybe this is just Mudiay's last chance to really prove that he can be a starter in the NBA. And Fizdale's like, you know, I'm going to give you this chance. You better take this mantle and run with it, or there could be some trouble. Who knows? Who knows? You know, but it is interesting, to say the least, that Mudiay is going to be the starter tonight. Now, I haven't seen anything. I'm assuming that Trey Burke is playing. I haven't seen anything that says otherwise. So you know, I assume that Trey Burke is playing. And like I said, I think it's just Fizdale trying to maximize his lineups, get the best out of the players that he has on the floor. And then, you know, give Mudiay a test and see if Mudiay can stand up to the test. And maybe he plays better as a starter. maybe it's the confidence boost that he needs. You know what I mean? So, right now we got Nate in the chat. We got Ant in the chat. So we're going to pull these guys over and talk about it a little bit. I want to see what they think about it. What they think about it. And you guys let me know. I was talking with Nate earlier, and I'm having trouble hearing myself in my headphones. I want to make sure that you guys can hear me clearly. I haven't seen any complaints in the chat, so I'm assuming that you guys can hear me clearly and loud. So just let me know. I just want to make sure everything is working properly in the way that it's supposed to work, and maybe it's just my headphones or some other equipment here. As long as you guys can hear me, that's all that matters. All right, so let's see what these guys talking about in here. All right, Nate, you was on first. What's going on, Nate? What's poppin'?
What's up, Sim? Oh man, just excited for tonight, man. A lot of good games going on tonight. You got baseball, you got the Knicks playing, got high school football. I mean, you got everything going on right now. So,
okay.
Hey, man, in Texas, high school football's God, man. Don't forget.
Yeah.
This is where all the players come from. Is here.
My daughter is actually at homecoming at her high school's homecoming game right now.
Yeah, it's homecoming week 2 in a lot of places. So yeah, it's a good time to be a sports fan. A lot of good stuff going on.
As a matter of fact, this homecoming game is like her last hurrah. I'm sure you guys remember it's her last hurrah at the school. She's actually going to begin attending that private school next week, next Tuesday, because they don't have school Monday. So next Tuesday she's going to begin attending that private school. So yeah. We went ahead and took the plunge, and they have a nice. I mean, basically, her program is going to be surrounded by basketball development and academic development and character building.
There you go. So, that's good. That's a good start right there.
Yeah. So that's going to be. It's exciting, man. It's exciting. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Go get her music. You said, do I have a deal with Puma? I have an affiliate deal with Puma. Let's put it like that. I am a Puma affiliate. So they're not sponsored. I don't have like a shoe contract with Puma. It's an affiliate deal, which allows me to be able to, like I can name a program after them so that people hear Puma, and then they can go to my affiliate link, which is in the description, and you can purchase from Puma and from that affiliate link. So yeah, but I'm working on them. And just to let you know, if you go on the Puma website, it's 30% off the entire website this entire weekend. So there you go. But anyway, let's get.
You need to get some of those Puma Clyde Sims.
What'd you say?
You need to get some of those Puma Clydes.
Yeah. Those ones Kevin Knox wear, right? They're pretty dope.
They're very bright.
Yeah. I'm sure they're gonna make them in some Knicks colorways soon enough. I don't think they've had the full production yet of all the sneakers, but I'm sure they'll make them in some Knicks colorways. If they don't make them in Knicks colorways, that's a big mistake. So I'm pretty sure they will. But anyway, Nate, what do you think about the starting lineup that we've seen?
Well, Frank's not in the starting lineup. That's for one.
No.
I think this is kind of Mudiyay's last chance to prove he can be a starting point caliber point guard, which I don't think a lot of people are betting on that one. But I will say this, that the Garden will let Fizdale know if he starts struggling really bad, and that's not a good look for the Garden early in the preseason. Yeah, that is true. So I'm hoping Mudiay plays a better game than he played the last one, but it could get very ugly for the Garden if they get down early and Mudiay's just stinking up the Garden.
This early in the season, huh? They're coming at him this early in the season. Could be.
Hey, man, New York fans, they don't play around.
Yeah, you're right. Ant, what do you think?
They pay the money for the tickets.
Yeah, what do you think about it, Ant?
Sam, I was eating some Chinese rice and some chicken wings, and I almost spit and I almost spit my food out when I saw that starting lineup.
Yeah.
I mean, if he's hell bent, which it seems like he is, on Hardaway, Knox, Cantor, and Lance Thomas being starters, cool with that. But Emmanuel Mudiay, what happened to keep what you killed? Emmanuel Mudiay hasn't killed anything.
He's killed himself.
Anything.
Well, I think that it's more him just kind of testing the lineups out. Giving Moody that chance. I think it's more just that.
I get it, but I don't like it at the same time. I mean, Frank and Trier and even Ron Baker. Last game they played hard. They produced. They were the reason why we won. I think one of them guys should have been rewarded with a starting spot. Even if you put Trier in the start over Tim Hardaway, I think one of those guys should have been rewarded with a starting spot for this preseason game. I think that would have sent a good message. But and I mean, Mudiay, I heard Nate saying if he starts to struggle, it's not if, it's when. It's he. I'm just not a believer. I'm never going to be. I just think he's going to go and he's going to do the same thing Mudiay does. He may have like a nice play, right? But I'll be okay with this if the last 2 preseason games Frank gets a start. If Frank starts the last 2 preseason games, then I'm cool with it. But if Frank gets like 1 game to start or something like that, I don't understand it.
Okay. I just tend to think that it's Fizdale playing with the lineups, seeing if he can, one, spark Mudiay, give Mudiay a little bit of a spark, since he hasn't really been playing well. And then, of course, being able to see what people can do, which line, just trying to maximize lineups. And that's important. I think it's more important than starting to just maximize your lineups, get the best out of the lineups that you have on the floor. You know what I mean? Isaiah, what do you think, man?
What's poppin', Sam? What's poppin', y'all?
I'm chilling, man. What's going on? What do you think about the starting lineup?
Listen, I was like Ant. I was eating my food.
Uh-huh.
I was on my phone. And they said they're starting Mudiay. I dropped the picture. The picture came out and looked like a stick doodle. I was upset. Listen, man. Listen, I understand what Fizz. Listen, I love Fizz, and I love that he's encouraging. Oh, but Lord, that's like it's all right. Look, this is what it's like. It's like every how it is when your family got that one person that's on drugs that just we love them, we love them, and we try to help them out, but it's beating the dead horse. That's what Mudiay is. Mudiay is your drug addicted cousin. Now, look, hey. Listen, and so I'm gonna just say this. I was upset because I think Frank should start 2 games. There's 2 games left. If Frank doesn't start the 2 games, I'm gonna be a little upset. I don't listen. I'm hoping because at the end of the day, this is how this man makes his money and take care of his family. So I do hope he can play good so he can at least get another contract with a different team. But it's hard to stress that he doesn't do anything particularly well. And that's the most upsetting part. At least with Frank and Trey, one's going to give you offense and one's going to give you defense. At least we know that to the bare minimum. But with Mudiay, it's just like, I don't know, man. And like, I'm supposed to go on a date. It's my girl's birthday. This ruined my girl's birthday.
Oh, come on, Isaiah. It's not that serious, B. It's not that serious.
I'm playing. But I don't know. Listen, I love the Knicks, but I love my girl more. But
I hope so.
I'm not. Listen, I'm not who's Mark. I don't be wilding like that.
All right, let me see what Guillermo thinks, man. Let me see what Guillermo.
Yo, free who's Mark. Free who's Mark. One time he in jail.
I don't know what who's Mark is, man. He's not. He can come on anytime he wants to. I haven't heard from him. I don't know what he's doing. Guillermo, what do you think?
Yo, man. This is why I love Knicks fans, man. You guys are the most emotional, over the top people, man. It's called preseason. Like, let's chill out. Like, the first game, guys weren't screaming for Trier to start. Now we're all screaming for Trier to start because Fizdale experimented and was playing the guy in different sets. All you're trying to do is just trying to see where guys fit in. Now, this is an interesting lineup because you have Knox and Hardaway and Cantor who are all scorers. So it's going to be interesting to see if Fizdale wants to see more of, can this guy be a facilitator or can he be a gunner, one of my second team, second squad gunners. So that's all I'm looking at. All this other stuff, man, like, guys, you kill what you eat. So Fizdale might be keeping in his Rolodex for the future. All right, Trier kill what he eat. Frank kill what he eat. Knox is killing what he eat. So I got it for the regular season. This is still preseason. So let's just see. We're trying to see what we have, because if we just play the guys who killed the eat in the first few preseasons, then we're not going to see what any other assets have. We wouldn't have seen what Trier could do if we had that mentality of kill what you eat, because Knox would have just played and, Frank would have just played and no Trier would have played. So it's preseason, guys. Let's chill out.
Yeah. I'm with you.
Put it like this. Just because a guy is starting doesn't mean he's going to play 40 minutes. Frank, like I said, I want to just see if Fizdale uses Frank in different offensive sets. Like, of course, I'm going to speak to my own prophetic words. I did say that Frank is going to dominate or have some good possessions when he's in a post against a point guard. And lo and behold, he had about, I think, 4 or 6 of his 9 points or whatever in the post against point guards that he was playing against. So I think it's all about experimentation. Just because Mudiay is there for starting, he's not playing 40 minutes. Like, let's chill out. We're going to see what Frank does. We have 5 games. It's okay. Yeah. Let's let it just play out, man.
And I think, I'm definitely on with you there. And, we got to look at it. These are, when you're in high school, you didn't have preseason games. You had scrimmages, right? These are like scrimmages. And in the scrimmage, coaches played around and seen who can do what, when, and where. And then when the game started, it's like, well, you ain't getting no minutes. You know why? Because you remember scrimmage number 5 when you went 0 for 76?
Yep.
Yeah. So, all right. Let's see. Listen, I'm rooting for Mudiay. He's on the Knicks. I'm going to root for him. I want to see him do well. Whatever it is, I want to see him do well. And if this is what it takes to kind of spare him on, I thought that Mudiay was going to start the first game. I thought he was going to be the starter because I thought Fizdale was going to try and see exactly what he had in Mudiay, and also see what the Trey and Frank, what they looked like together. So I thought that Mudiay was going to start because it kind of cleans up that whole little glut a little bit, because then you can come in and have, listen, it's like this. Mudiay is kind of a mixture between Trey Burke and Frank, right? He's willing to pass the ball. He's willing to look and get other people involved. He'll look for a shot to the basket, but he's a lot more willing. I'm not going to say more willing, but, he does it a little bit more naturally than I think Trey Burke does. And so now in that lineup, I think, we seen Kevin Knox kind of get faded out a little bit in the last game because you got someone like Trey Burke and Tim Hardaway, them guys taking shots. Now maybe Mudiay will look more, I don't know, maybe he'll look more to Knox, maybe, taking one guy out that's looking for his shot. Not that Trey Burke is totally looking for his shot. I don't know, maybe having Mudiay there, just does something with this lineup. We'll see what it looks like tonight. And then having Trey Burke and Frank together, I think those 2 guys are a good pairing anyway. So, we'll see what's up with it. I want to move on to, because we don't have a lot of time. I want to move on to the bigs, because there's definitely our bigs are going to be tested, and you guys can look at it. I said battle test 4 bigs. I didn't mean to say 4. I meant to say 4 bigs. So excuse my mistype there. I'm not using Southern dialect. I just meant to say battle test for bigs, but it says 4 bigs. But how do you guys think that our big guys, and of course Mitchell Robinson is out, how do you think our big guys are going to fare against Anthony Davis, Julius Randle, and them boys down there? What do you think? I'll start with you, Guillermo, since you're on, and then I'm going to come to Nate.
It's not necessarily how well they're going to fare. I want to see how well that pick and roll works with some of these guys, because Anthony Davis, once he gets aware that he got caught in a pick, he's going to come and hound the big man going to the basket. So I want to see how good the Knicks players, when on the court, kind of manipulate that or get around that. And I do want to see them run it with Cantor, because I think Cantor is capable of scoring on Davis. But if you see success with, say, Frank or Trier running that pick and roll, delayed pick and roll, even a pick and pop against Davis and the boy who came from LA, I can't remember his name, the big man, power forward. If they can run that successfully, then that'll show some real growth. But in terms of numbers and stuff, I'm not really crazy about that. But I just want to see how they handle Davis, because he's going to look to block a lot of shots in that pick and roll. So
yeah, I agree with you. I'm not as worried about the numbers, but just basically how they're able to handle the guys down there. Nate, what do you think, man?
Yeah, just to kind of piggyback on what Guillermo said, I totally agree. I want to see how these guys do in the defensive situation more. How are they able to guard their man? Are they able to, contest some shots? Because with Mitchell being out, I mean, you really got to see who's going to step up, and it's going to be that other big that's going to come off the bench behind Mitchell, because we all know Mitchell's going to get a lot of play. But we need to see who's going to develop more, and we're probably going to see a lot of Vonleh and Cornette, I would imagine. Hicks maybe, but I think Cornette's going to get some burn in this one because he is taller and he's just a bigger body to kind of body up with a guy like Davis a little bit. Yeah. But it's going to be tough.
Yeah, and It's Me in the chat says that he wants to see what Vonleh does. I'm interested to see Vonleh on the floor too. I like the energy that he brings. He's an active body. He moves around a lot. I want to see him, we've only seen him in like maybe, I don't know, a few minutes against Washington, 4 minutes against the Nets. I want to see him with some extended minutes.
Yeah, he can match up with Julius Randle, I think, but I don't know about Davis. That's going to be a tough matchup.
Yeah. And of course I'm looking, I know everyone says, talks about Cantor and his defense. Fizdale did make a comment, about Cantor and his defense and said, he thinks maybe he thinks it's overblown. I want to see, Cantor in a real test defensively against some of those big guys and see.
He'll get one with Davis, that's for sure.
Right. Like I said, I think he's gotten faster. I think he's more in shape. He's leaner. It doesn't necessarily equate to better defense, but, we'll see. We've seen him doing some of those sliding drills and everything in the preseason, so in the off season. So we'll see if it equates to anything. All right, Ant, what do you think, man?
Yo, I want to see Noah Vonleh guard Anthony Davis. I think he has the girth, the foot speed. Of course he can't shut down Anthony Davis, but I want to see, how good he is defensively, because I really have no clue if he can defend or not. So I kind of want to see him put in that position. I think Lance would do fairly well against Julius Randle, because Lance is just a good defender.
Right.
I think he'll do fairly well. I have no interest in seeing Luke Cornette, but he'll play. I have no interest in seeing him. I have a lot more interest in seeing Isaiah Hicks. I want to see how he fares against, even though he may not even match up with him with the lineups and stuff, but I would like to see how he matches up with a Julius Randle. Because one thing about Isaiah Hicks is he has the body,
Yep.
Pause. He has it. Right, he's slow-footed. But, I want to see a lot more Hicks. But I think we'll fare well. I don't know how much Cantor will play today, because he kind of played a good amount of minutes last game.
Mm-hmm.
But I just want to see Cantor, play hard. He's not slow foot. He always plays hard. But on defense, I'm not really gonna judge him too much on defense, because he doesn't have the athleticism to be that great of a defender. But I just want to see him, put in the effort, and I'll be fine with Cantor.
Okay. All right, let me see what Grandma.
Just really quickly, I do want to see Fizdale run a two big man set where you have a Cornet and you have Cantor interchanging as to one guy playing on the outside, one guy playing on the inside, because one way to neutralize that big front court with Davis and the other guy, Julius Randle, is if you can get one guy to basically be playing out on the perimeter and then one guy to play in the middle. And then also they lost Rondo. So if you can have it where you can space out those big guys and have some of your bigger guards dominate their guys down low or take it to the guys down low without Davis coming running in or not even running, just being there to block your shot, I think that'll show a lot of growth, and not growth, but good coaching from Fizdale and some good playing by the players. So
Okay.
Remains to be seen. But Cornet is useful if you can space him out against these big guys and have him jack these threes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let me see what Isaiah real quick. What do you what's your take on
On the bigs, I was kind of disappointed Mitch couldn't play because I wanted to see him against I wanted to see him against an MVP type of player. That's what I wanted to see.
Uh-huh.
I wanted to see that. I don't really care about Cancer. I'm more caring about Noah Vonleh, Isaiah Hicks, and that because we know. Come on now.
Yep.
We know that's gonna go. I want to see how Noah and Vonleh do when we don't have enough bigs one day, and they gotta guard AD. You know what I'm saying? I want to see how Noah, Cornet, and Isaiah plays against AD.
Okay. All right. One thing that I want to see tonight is I want to see that Fizdale has addressed some of the isolation plays, especially what we've seen in the first half against the Knicks. I want to see that he addressed it, that he's, that we're. I know it's preseason and maybe he doesn't want to open up everything, but listen, I'm the type of coach. I don't care, right? I don't feel like there's nothing to hide. People are gonna know. Everyone does the same things anyway. People are gonna know what you're gonna do. I want to see who can do it against NBA competition, and I don't want to wait until the regular season to find out, until game 1 to find out. I want to find out now, right? To me, there's nothing to hide. Just do it, right? I can understand maybe like if you're a playoff team right now and you get in the regular season and you're saving some stuff that you're gonna break out in the playoffs. I can get that, but right now we don't know what we are, where we are. To me, do what you have. If you have it in your arsenal, use it. That's my opinion. Use it right now so we can see who can actually execute. Right? Because we're in this stage where we're figuring out what guys can do, who can really be part of this team going forward and in the long run. So don't save anything, in my opinion. See who can do what and try to execute it. So I want to see more of the offense. To me, the offense has looked basically like the same things we've done. I haven't seen anything that new or that fresh or that innovative, So if there's anything in there, I want to see it be used. You know what I'm saying? Julius Randle was out. Payback Carter said Julius Randle was out, so we won't get to see that matchup. I just want to see it be used, and see who can actually execute whatever it is that Fizdale has in his playbook. Before we get to it. So I'm gonna come around to you guys in the chat. We got 2 minutes before game time. So, give me a quick 30-second, your take on what I just said in the isolation and, Fizdale opening up the playbook. And then we're gonna go ahead and get out to, close down the chat. I'm gonna close the chat down and then I'm gonna open it back up so that you guys can, talk in the chat. As we're, watching the game. All right. So, Guillermo, I'm starting with you, man.
Yeah, man. I agree 100% with what you said, but with the ISO stuff, I just want to see them. I want to just see the intelligence on the court, like when to use ISO, when not to use ISO, right? So when you have those one-on-one situations or those 1-on-2 or pick and rolls, you could take your man. Yeah, obviously use the ISO, but don't Tim Hardaway and then do ISO all the time when you have the whole 5 guys like basically about to block you. So I agree with you 100%, man. Like I just want to see how he controls the flow of the game with the players and things like that.
Yeah, definitely. All right. So Grandma, I guess I'll see you at 10:30.
See you, man.
All right. See you at 10:30. Peace. All right, Nate, it's on you, bro.
Yeah, I mean, like he said, just keep, play within the offense. Don't do anything crazy. Open it up, but make smart of your plays. Also, too, we got to cut our turnovers down. 25 turnovers are not going to win us games. That's just too many turnovers. And also, too, I just want to see the defense improve. Just keep the defense improving. It's been looking good. Field goal percentage on the opponents has been really low. Let's keep that up. And hey, let's go play.
All right.
Later,
Nate. Isaiah, it's on you.
Yes,
bro.
sir. So basically, like my mama always say, there's a time and place for everything. So, when it comes to the ISO, we just got to use it correctly. Use it, when it's time to use it. Let's play selfless basketball, pass the ball. Let's play hard defense. I'm rooting for Mudiay today. I hope he plays good. I do. I really do.
Okay.
I got to be optimistic. And one more thing, Sam. I really hate Boston fans because they're the most annoying. They just act like they're the best at everything because this whole Kyrie thing, they got everybody thinking, oh, the Knicks fans are crying in the car. No, we're not. We good. Don't worry about us. We good.
Yeah, I don't care about that. Yeah, I feel you. All right, man.
All right, so I'll talk to you later. I'll be there tonight.
Oh, I thought you was going out on a date.
Oh no, I'm going out right now. I'm gonna be back before 10:30.
Yeah, that's an early date, bro.
Hey, I got some surprises for her, so don't worry, man. My surprise, she not gonna be bothered with me. Trust me.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Well, hopefully.
Yeah, you like that,
yeah. All right.
That man is crazy.
All right, and
yo, I'm gonna be flipping back and forth tonight. But I just want to see Frank. I want to see Knox bounce back a little bit. I hope Mudiay does well, but I just don't believe he will. But we'll see. And I want to see Trey Burke get some of his moxie back, some of his confidence back. But that's so. Other than that, go Yanks, man. If y'all tired of Boston fans, root for the Yankees, man.
I'm with you.
And
got you. I'm a Mets fan, but I'm rooting for the Yankees.
Yeah, you could be a Yankee fan for tonight, son. It's all right, man.
I'll be a Yankee fan for tonight. No, not a problem. I'll be a Yankee fan for tonight.
Word. So y'all pray for me. Y'all pray for my heart. But yeah, so it's lit.
All right, man. So I guess we'll see you after the game.
Definitely.
All right, later. Peace. All right, Knicks fans, I'm gonna let you go, man, so that you can get to the game. Watching the game, enjoy the game. Like I said, the chat is gonna be open, so I'm gonna shut this stream down, and then I'll schedule the next stream, and then you can jump right into the chat, and you can talk throughout the game. Of course, I'll be back on at 10:30, so we can break down the game and talk about things that we want to see. I put it in the chat. You want an NBK t-shirt, hats, accessories, go ahead, check it out. I'll put it in the chat one more time where you guys can go check it out. And again, Puma, the link is in the description. 30% off this weekend, all the way up until the 8th. Go check them out. All right. So enjoy the game, ladies and gentlemen. And I will see you 3 hours. Peace.